Lord have mercy. All right, what's up, you guys? Sorry for the delay. Listen, when you do these shows, you have to work on everybody's schedule, and my schedule was just, oh Lord, I got a lot to do: school, work, and YouTube. Okay, but we're back with another episode. We have Katie Talk One on One. Hey, Katie.
Hey
Woo,
guys, how y'all
woo,
doing?
woo.
What's up, Conscious? What's up, Chan?
Hi.
What's
And we have none other than Conscious TV.
Period.
up, Chan?
um, I'm just so amazed that we're back with another episode. So excited. You guys, the reason why we don't do weekly episodes, it's hard. Like
It's
people,
because I'm the only one up here with light skin privilege.
yeah, you got the license privilege. Me and Katie is busy, and Katie is mom. Katie is, and that comes first. Then she work, and then she's a YouTuber.
And she's a mom.
She's a mom.
Yes.
That's the top priority. But we all was free tonight. So for those to catch the replay, you can definitely catch the replay. But let's get into the first topic. Let's talk about Chloe Bailey. Chloe Bailey went on the Breakfast Club, and she also went on Tamron Hall. And everybody keep asking her, how does it feel to be compared to Beyonce? Or how does it feel when you hear that? And she gives you this good PR answer, oh, that's an honor. It will never be another queen. So to the panel, I'm gonna start with you, Katie. Is Chloe trying to be like Beyonce? Do you think that she's trying to be like her?
I don't think so. I think Chloe have her own style. It may be some similarities. They got the same skin tone. She got that same fresh look that Beyonce had when she hit the scene. When she was around, maybe that age. But I think Chloe just have her own style. But one thing when it comes to, I notice when it comes to a lot of women rappers and singers, women are always being compared to the next woman. I mean, most of the time when male rappers come out, they can easily get their own identity very easily. But women, they always compare us to the next woman. We can't ever just step out here and easily be ourselves.
Okay. What about you, Conscious?
You, I'm trying to figure out what would the problem be. Clearly both sisters have admitted that Beyonce is a notable figure in their careers, as Beyonce has been for plenty of artists. And Beyonce herself is a product of inspiration from Janet Jackson to Tina Turner. And so I'm just wondering why all this misogyny continues to exist in music, because when we can see that Chris Brown is inspired by Michael Jackson, that's not a negative thing for us. When we can see that Usher is inspired by James Brown, that's not a negative. So what if Chloe Bailey is in some ways taking cues from Beyonce? Beyonce is a successful Black multi-billionaire mogul who is navigating this pale supremacy system successfully. Why wouldn't another melanated woman be obviously studying from Miss Beyonce? Now, what I don't agree with is in her interview, she stated that there will only be one queen. No, my love. There will be multiple queens. There will only be one Beyonce. but there will always be another queen. And people just mad because Haley, Chloe, whatever her damn name is, just likes to pop her pussy just as hard as Beyonce does. And she got the singing chops to back it up.
Yes. And she like to crawl on the floor.
Period.
I want to say, listen, they do sound alike, but I don't have a problem with it because Chloe do have her own sound. If you really get into Chloe vocals, performance wise, she is definitely studying Beyonce, and that's what you do. You study the teacher. I do believe that Chloe have what it takes to surpass Beyonce because I think anybody is able to surpass. I think she has what it takes. She's young. She got social media. There's going to be other social media apps that's going to be dropping that we don't see yet. And I can really see her really surpassing Beyonce in that era because Beyonce wants somebody to surpass her. That's why she took and groomed those women to be successful women. Look at her sister, Halle, have a bit like her lane is Disney, her sound. So she's gonna be probably a billionaire before Chloe is because one thing about Disney, they pay really well. So I don't have a problem with it. It's of course it's going to be another queen. It will never be another Beyonce, but it's going to be a plenty another queen. Just like hip hop, we got Queen Cardi B. She looked like she's surpassing Nicki. So the more and more we keep living, it will be someone that will surpass you. It's just going to happen, right? Now, I don't think nobody will ever sell as many records as Michael Jackson, right? Because he sold billions of Thriller. But I think it will be people that will surpass it other ways, just like with social media, getting all these download streams because they didn't have that back in the day. So to Chloe, good job. I just getting a problem with this picture where she took. Well, what's the guy's name? What's his name that's on here?
Oh, I forgot his name. What's his name?
Ghana. Now this I didn't like that because I feel like they're trying to attach her to Ghana or trying to give her a cosign. Right, and she don't need a cosign. Her talent is the cosign. I don't want her giving her punani to these because once you get attached to this, it's gonna mess you up. Okay, that's all I want to say.
Well, it didn't mess Beyonce up to get attached to Jay-Z.
Yeah, you know she gonna get a punani to somebody now.
And we know that it was $1 billion on that elevator. On that ghetto ass elevator. It was $1 billion.
I don't want her to get a man. I mean, get attached to somebody and she wind up getting pregnant and then she get pregnant by another dude. I just don't want her to be the industry H word. Okay. Yeah. I want her, whoever she's dealing with, it's on the down low that we don't need to know that you that type of way. Okay. And she may be real. I really think Halle is more freaky than Chloe. That's just my honest opinion. Because Chloe is putting all that she probably
no, it might be in reverse. It's always the Disney ones.
That's what I'm saying. The Disney one is Halle. That's I think Halle is more probably freaky than Chloe. That's the one to watch out for. That Hollywood. Just honestly, I
don't think that is beautiful that we get to watch these girls like literally grow up. We knew them when they were like before they even hit puberty. They were singing on YouTube, and now look at them, mentored by Beyonce, opening up for the VMAs, like crawling across the BET Awards floors, like entertaining the folk, like singing for Disney, being Cinderella, being the Little Mermaid, like goddamn. Yeah. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life?
The time flies. The time flies.
It does.
I swear.
Okay. So that was that. We're gonna move right along. It was another video that went viral. A teacher made fun of an Indian student, a Native American student,
Indian heritage.
Okay, I thought it was a Native American student, right?
No, it was a Native American student who recorded her, but the teacher was mocking the Native American culture.
Yeah, she was mocking Native American culture, and of course, that teacher was suspended. What was going through your mind, Katie, when you saw that video? Because it was posted on the Neighborhood Talk, and she was doing all type of. It was just not good at all.
It was so weird. When I first laid eyes on it, the first few seconds, I thought that she was mocking an African dance, and then I heard her making some different noises, and I was like, okay, so she sounds like she's trying to sound like she Indian or something or Native American. It was just very weird, and the fact that she was a math teacher, I think was kind of even more weirder because if you are a math teacher, why are you even, I guess, touching these subjects? Why are you acting this out with this very sacred tribal dance. I just had questions like, why is this math teacher up here mocking this sacred dance for? I mean, she better hope she don't get any bad roots put on her while she messing with them people and mocking them.
Go ahead, Kaj, what you thought about it.
Look, I just wonder what this white Diana hoe would have said if we had mocked her people. Okay, like what if we had mocked the Mayo culture? Okay, like what if we had mocked, doggy styling Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or mocked marrying our half brother, or how about mock stinking up half of Europe and having black folk having to come over there and teach white people how to wash their funky asses, okay? See, now Becky done messed around and done mocked the rock gods, okay? Now look at you, Becky. Look at you. And now you got an EBT application and a Section 8 voucher to match because you want to go mocking the rock god.
And I'm not even shocked that she lost her job, and she should lose her job. And this is why it's so important to teach history, honestly. And this is another thing too. Parents need to be watching who's teaching their children. You need to have a relationship with your teachers, with your children's teachers. This was really sad to see her do this, but again, I'm not shocked. It's a lot of stuff a lot of these teachers be saying. I remember one teacher got up and said, it's okay to use the N-word. It shouldn't be a problem when it's in rap music. Another person was a science teacher was making fun of George Floyd, talking about he was a criminal. I'm like, girl, your profession is teaching science, not giving awareness to a social issue. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of teachers that is ignorant, that is racist. And I feel like this: record them. Okay, I'm gonna say what Brother Roland said. Record them this way, so we get a full video of them, and so they can lose their jobs. No teacher that make fun of someone's religion, makes someone history or their people should be fired. You should not be able to keep your job. That's 100%. I don't agree with you doing that as a teacher because it's ignorant. Like, why would you do that? Knowing that these kids now got phones. Now, if this was back in the day, you might get it over and be like, oh, I didn't say that. And then the principal had to interview the students and stuff. But now they can record you and it end up on the news and your job is gone. It's so sad.
Can I say something to that?
Yeah.
Because earlier you said that, people need to be educated. The problem is mayonnaise folk are already educated. They just don't give a damn. Why?
No,
they don't. When it comes to race, they're not. They get very ignorant, right? That's why they want to talk about critical race theory. And most of these people that's speaking about this that went to college actually had critical race theory. They don't want history. I know in Texas they don't want you to teach Black history. So again, they just want us not to bring up any of that, and it's so sad. But again, the parents, y'all have the power. Go to these PTA meetings. Go to these parent-teacher conferences. Voice your opinion because these are your children. I don't have children, but I have nieces and nephews, and I tell my sister all the time, have a good relationship. You should know all your teachers with their curriculum, their spirit, you know what I'm saying, and see how they do, and keep an eye out on them, and you go and visit them and understand, because like this, I'm so glad she recorded it because it'll let you know like that's going on, and I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. And she gonna get another job because they so short
Maybe
of teachers. She gonna go
real short.
She gonna go to another district probably and get another job. Her chances of getting another job is high because she's a white woman, and so she can go to Texas or Alabama and get another job. Even though this happened in Atlanta, Georgia, I believe. But again, it was recorded, so when the public start talking, you got to lose that bag. All right, now this topic.
Can I add like one little ugly? Well, no, this happened in California. But
this happened in California. Oh, yeah. This happened. Oh, yeah. This did happen. She got a job in Georgia. Is what I'm saying. Okay.
So, but a very dark truth that nobody wants to talk about is with mayonnaise people. Okay, see, the reason why mayonnaise people, brace yourselves, people. Some of y'all might be triggered up. That trigger word's coming. The reason why mayonnaise folk are so arrogant about their Christianity and find it so easy to mock African indigenous religious systems or Indian cultures and religious belief systems is because white people have every reason to believe in their white Jesus, because their white Jesus allowed them to actually genocide the Native Americans successfully, allowed them to successfully enslave and indoctrinate Black African folk. And so they
But again, conscious, you just call them mayonnaise people. Okay, now what if they call you what they want to call you?
Okay,
You can't be like, oh, you can't call me that. I just think we should start with the name calling. Because what if they be like, oh, you want to call me that?
The name calling. This color of my skin is a trump card for these mayonnaise folk to kill me, and I have to protect their ego by refraining from name calling as a marginalized person who doesn't even have the socioeconomic power to even reinforce any actual suppression as a result of my teasing of mayonnaise pale-skinned people. That's fascinating to me.
Okay, but let's put it all out there. Let's put it out there in the street. If we're able to do that, then they're able to say what they want to say.
The context is privilege here. No, you're not able to do that.
But
you're not able to do that.
But they will be able to say, and this is the thing. I don't. If you insult me or my people, then
get punched in your
face. I should be able to have that same power to insult you and your
absolutely
people.
Not.
Now, I don't suggest you do that because people are crazy now. They'll knock you out. Because one person thought because Trump was in office, they can just say the N-word just because. And he got that Popeyes worker knocked the man out. Even it was this older lady knocked her out in the parking lot. So
I remember that.
Yeah. So you remember that?
Her. He football tackled that one.
Yes. Because she called the N-word and he tackles her. So you had to be very cautious on how you say. Now, I do know we are not in a perfect world. We are in a world, and I work as a CNA, and I work with a lot of white people, and I hear that word, C word, N word, B word, all type of word. And these are elderly white people that need care, 24 hours care, still using N word, still using. I remember one guy I used to take care of many years ago, starting the business. Oh, I'm so glad with Dr. King when I got the mess. You know what I did? I laughed and enjoyed. Now, you can't take care of yourself. You need somebody to bathe you. You need somebody to feed you. But still, to talk about somebody that is Black. But it's a Black man that got to take you to the restroom, answer your call light. So,
it might need to be a Black man who drops Becky on the floor by accident. It might need to be a Black man who accidentally let Becky fall down the stairs sometimes. It might need to be a Black man who accidentally let Becky's oxygen tank just run on super loud.
I know, honestly, I don't do that because I say when they go low, I go high. And for me, I look at that, I'm like, man, here you are in this condition. You still being so negative and mean. I think like if you need somebody to take care of you, you should be the most nicest person on the planet. When somebody have to bathe you, you should be treat some nice. Now I understand if you don't have your mind, if you got dementia, I understand that because you have an illness. But when you got your mind and you still want to be ignorant, okay, I go on and on about that. And this is a sad story, you guys. We talked about this in one of my videos, but Alex Bailey, I'm just saying his name, or Baldwin, I'm sorry, an actor that apparently shot and killed one of the workers on set and injured one of the workers with a prop gun. And now it came out that the union workers were sent home and 9 union workers were brought onto the set. We get other rumors that say that Alex did not know that it was a loaded gun. Conscious, what did you think about that? What did you heard about this story?
First of all, I just want to say,
and if y'all don't know how he looked, let me see if I pull up a picture. Because some of y'all may not, y'all don't know his name, but y'all probably know his face. This is how he looked. Okay, all right, you got it. All right, go ahead, Conscious.
Okay, he looks like Donald Trump's stepfather.
But he
But
played Donald Trump in SNL,
oh,
right?
that makes sense. See, I didn't
Yes,
even
he
know
played
that. See
Donald
how
Trump
I
in SNL.
clocked? Okay, cute. First, I just want to say that Alex is completely innocent. Okay, there's not one part of me, no aspect of my thinking, no aspect of what I have read so far that makes me believe that it's Alex himself who should be held accountable for what has happened. This is absolutely tragic. And what's very interesting about all of the intel going on around this debauchery is that that union that you spoke about, Wiley, okay, were actually protesting Dave Halls, who is the assistant director for this film and also responsible for safety regulations on set. They were actually protesting him because 3 days prior to this weapon going off, the same weapon inadvertently went off on set all by itself. And prior to this particular film, there was a pyrotechnician by the name of what's her name? Maggie. Hold on, Maggie Hall.
Mhm.
Her name, I don't know if it, not Maggie Hall, but there was a pyrotechnician, a female pyrotechnician who worked for uh Bloom's House Productions, who worked with this same director, and she actually had reported him at the time for the film they were working on because he was very sloppy then with a lot of the safety protocol that was supposed to go on. So this particular assistant director has a history of being really reckless, being really ratchet, speeding through films. And I think what happened here is that whoever the department responsible for safety and regulating these guns, I think they were overworked because the union was protesting due to working conditions. People were sleeping in their cars, working 12, 13 hours out of the day. These people were probably out of their damn minds trying to get this project done, and human nature got the best of somebody, and Dave Halls is the head who wore the crown. He should be penalized in whatever way is justifiable for this incident. And I just think that is completely messed up because I couldn't imagine what it's like to be Alex right now and to be responsible for someone's death. Not to mention that whatever came out of that weapon not only killed the cinematographer, but it went through her body and hit the person behind her and injured their spleen and some other part of their body. So they're saying that they're trying not to use the word bullet, but I can't imagine what else could have came out of that gun if it wasn't a bullet, if it pushed through her and hit somebody behind her, injuring them and killing her.
All right, go ahead. Katie. Hello.
Yes, I think
I'm hearing some feedback. Conscious, is your mic on? Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me make sure. Who is that? Hold on, I'm hearing feedback on my end. Are y'all hearing feedback?
I don't hear anything. You think you might have an extra tab open?
Oh,
I told you,
okay. I turned it down. I don't know
stop
what.
getting that equipment from Dollar General. You wouldn't have these problems.
I'm sorry. I had my speaker on. Okay, I turned it
Mhm.
down. I turned my mic down. I'm
See,
sorry.
I got expensive shit over here.
Yeah, I turned it down. All right. It's no feedback. Okay, that's just me. Hopefully y'all can hear me clearly because I heard
We
something.
can. You sound great.
Go ahead, Katie. Talk 101.
Okay, I think when it comes to people filming these movies on the set, I'm wondering like, do they ever go to the shooting range and do like practice shots? Because I'm thinking it probably was like dummy bullets in there, or I don't know if it was real bullets or not.
Oh, it was
But
real bullets.
it was
It
real
was real.
bullets. So I'm really feeling like it sounded like a situation where that guy was set up. I mean, I wonder who out there would want to set him up. This sounds like a setup to me. This just don't sound right. I don't know if it's ever happened before as far as someone it has happened before.
In the 90s, it was a case that happened like that. Yeah, I forgot. I think they said Bruce Lee's son or Bruce Lee or something.
Brandon Lee from
Bruce
The
Lee's
Crow.
son.
Mhm.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah.
But it sounds like that man got set up.
Well,
and now are they talking about like filing charges against this man?
And they should. Honestly, because a life was lost. If that was your brother, if that was your sister, you're gonna want some justice. You're not gonna want. Oh, maybe it was a mistake. We'll get up. No, you're gonna want some justice. Somebody died.
So he gonna be the foul man.
I think he.
What about the?
I
What
think
about the director?
now
They
the director,
told some-
maybe too. They could go too, but he shot the gun, so it got to be some justice here.
But
Somebody-
it was a part of the movie.
Yes, but somebody got to go to jail.
But why would Alex go to jail? But why would Alex go?
Because he shot the gun. I want him to go to jail. He needs to have some type of,
Wiley.
let it be
Wiley.
manslaughter.
I need
Honestly,
you-
someone
Wiley.
lost their life. If
Wiley.
that was your sister.
We know who should be.
her husband.
Dave Halls, the man who gave the loaded gun to
That's-
Alex, should be held
honestly,
accountable.
That could be debatable.
It's
because
not debate. These are the facts.
They could deny it and say, I didn't.
They not denying it. This is literally the report. There's no denying. These are the facts.
Let me tell you this. Alex should go to jail because he shot it, and the person that gave it to him should go down as well. And,
Wiley. You got to run my blood pressure up today.
and it should be a civil lawsuit, a wrongful death lawsuit, because this was wrong. And this just
It
shows you
was.
guys how these studios cut corners and they get anybody in here, don't want to pay them much and treat them like dirt. This is really sad. Overall, the entire director should go down. Alex Baldwin should go down, and the Republicans, the conservatives,
Wiley, you tripping.
and the conservatives, they want him to go down, and I don't blame them. Because if you
letting them racist white old folk you work for get on your nerve too bad.
if you would have did that to my wife and she on this and she lost her life, ain't no damn way I'm gonna listen to you talk about. Well, he made a little mistake. Somebody lost their damn life, and if I'm gonna give him a pass, if I'm gonna give her a pass, I might as well give that police a pass that mistaked her taser and her gun and said, I thought it was my taser. I made a mistake. I might as well give her a pass. So
Wiley.
again, I'm not going to give her a pass. Somebody died, and somebody needs to go to jail. And I believe on the list as well as the person that gave it to him.
Wiley, you are. Katie, do you agree with that? Do you agree that Alex?
I don't agree.
It doesn't,
because I just feel like that man was set up. That it was not supposed to be real bullets on that set. That director is the one who probably needs to go to jail. Maybe the guy Alex probably should be dealing with, like you said, the wrongful death lawsuit.
Oh, absolutely.
The man who directing the movie holds more responsibility, I think.
I feel for that family, that's grieving right now.
Yeah, I feel for
that loved one is gone. And this is just really sad. And I was shocked because I'm like, y'all use bullet gun. What happened to just getting a fake gun and just spray paint it black? Like, it's just to me, overall, this is just.
But that's not the way that movie protocol actually works. No, you don't understand if you're saying that Alex should be penalized.
This is going to change the direction of Hollywood.
It's not. It didn't even change it when Brandon Lee died. It's not going to change anything.
Because if they do how I'm thinking, and I believe that family, once they get up, they're going to want some justice. Somebody's going to have to suffer for this.
It's going to be Dave Halls who's going to suffer.
And if I was that family, attorney, I'm going to go for millions, $100 million, $200 million, whatever, bankrupt that studio. They should never be able to ever produce another film, period. This was just negligence all the way from the top, all the way down to the bottom. This is so sad. The reason why I'm triggered because that could have been one of my loved ones on set. That could have been my dad wife on set because she's white. She could have been on set up there, fixed up some camera and lose her life. We're going to want some justice.
But Wiley.
It's your fault.
The Wiley Show. Being outraged and upset doesn't give you the right to just be irrational and to just throw blame around just because you in your. It don't work like that. Justice don't work like that. I'm mad somebody to go to jail. I'm mad somebody to die. It don't work like that, Wiley.
Somebody lose their life. Let's put the police in this instance right now.
But he's going to do an investigation because that's how justice is served.
It's semi-similar to what this officer is trying to say. She's trying to say the same thing, Alex. Oh, it was a mistake. I thought I had my taser. I didn't know I had my real gun. But it was a mistake. Are we going to give that officer a pass?
Well, we're not talking about.
I'm just asking a question. I'm asking you a question. Are you going to give that officer a pass?
Yes, he has a real gun. No, we're not going to give him no pass. He know he got a real gun that can fatally kill somebody. This is an actor.
Had a bullet in it. Whether you're actor or not, he's a man comes first. he's a man, and he picked up.
He did what he's supposed to do. Wiley, can you, I want you to listen real quick. Do you understand that Dave Halls, the assistant director, is literally responsible for the department of safety on the set? This defaults Alex, the actor, to only do his job in terms of, here's the gun, this is where you point. His job is not to clean the gun. His job is not to inspect the gun. Even though he has a right to do that, it is not necessarily his obligation, because there are several protocols that happen on set when it comes to these real life props before they even get into the hands of the actors themselves. So why would Alex himself be held accountable for doing his job when there's a whole department designed to have filtered and vetted that weapon before it ever got to Alex?
Because again, I'm gonna tell you this, because a life was lost. It's just that simple.
Okay, so then hold the proper people accountable. That's not Alex.
And Alex, he shot the gun. Definitely. We're going to keep an update on this. The prosecutor, whoever,
I'm gonna update my foot in your ass. That's what I'm doing.
No, you just don't agree because you didn't lose a family member. Honestly,
and if I did, I wouldn't be blaming.
Oh, you
Alex.
wouldn't be blaming Alex? Oh no, that will definitely change. Honestly, and Fox News, and I agree with some of the people that was on Fox News. He do need to serve some time for this, and I agree. Somebody's life was lost, and that prosecutor needs to charge the director as well as Alex. He needs to be charged because he shot the gun. So we're gonna see on this. Listen, I know whatever side you on, it's your opinion, it's your right, but this happened and a life was lost. Honestly, somebody.
But he was in the middle. Okay, can I use this for example, Wiley? Yeah. He was in the middle of doing his job. That was a part of the strip for him to pull that trigger. Okay, let's say if you was up here doing your YouTube video and you said something and somebody was going through some stuff and they went and off their self because of what you said.
Lock Wiley up, lock him up, send him away, penalize him, put him on death row.
If I tell somebody go, just like Boosie told Lil Nas X,
some people not right in the head.
And if Lil Nas X going off himself, that night after he read that tweet of Boosie, his family should sue Boosie, and Boosie should have some charges against him. That's how. And if I say something and make somebody go and they lose their life because of something I say, and I push them to do that, of course it needs to be some type of consequences on my behalf. I'm not going to give Alex Baldwin a pass. I'm really sad. I hope I don't see him any more movies. He needs to just retire. I don't think no
network. Why would he retire? What?
I think he should retire. Let me tell you this. I don't think any network or any studio will even deal with somebody that shot and killed and injured another person.
What are you talking about? Wiley, what are you talking about?
Because again,
I cannot take you seriously right now.
Because again, if someone lose their life, and somebody said, I'm undecided now. Somebody lost their life. Put yourself in that family's shoes that their loved one is gone. Your mom is gone because somebody shot and killed them on set.
Everybody in the neighborhood, everybody in the workplace don't get to go to jail, Wiley, because somebody got killed. It just
is what it is. It's just not going to happen. Or it was a mistake. You're going to get some type of charges.
Do you want to take a sip, Wiley? Do you want to take a sip? You need to calm down.
Let me tell you something. Just like a nurse, if they do negligence on a patient died. What do you think that family is going to do to that nurse? That family is going to sue that family, and you may even have some criminal, and you may even have some criminal charges against you. Let me finish my point. And you may even lose your license because it needs to be some justice. They're not going to say, "Well, she made a mistake," but your grandmother is gone, is dead. So should she just get a pass and just go walk around free? Nothing happened. No, you got to have some actions. And you got to have some consequences. You should still be walking around free. Not at all. Now, again, I agree with Fox News. They're right about this. He sat there and talked about Trump and did all this stuff, and now you're dealing with this. And so they're going to talk about it. So, again, I won't be shocked if he's in handcuffs. Won't be shocked at all. And I won't be surprised if he don't get charged because he's white, and many people, white folks, get off free, and that is what it is. I hope that director get some charges from whomever. I'm going to continue to talk about this case. I'm going to continue to keep and see what this investigation, where it's going to go. But this is so sad. Honestly, this is just really, really sad that they did this. This is when I heard this story, I was like, "Dang, really, y'all don't have no type of protocol, y'all." That means
they do. They do. That's
y'all
what we
did
are
not
doing.
do the protocol. Y'all ignored the protocol. The people that was in charge, y'all annoyed that this is just negligence all the way. Man, that family gonna get a big bread, at least 300 million. Couldn't be my family, because ain't no way we going down for everybody. I want criminal charges and I want $350 million.
I want to tell you something, Wiley.
$350 million.
I want to tell you something, Wiley. I just got an epic lesson from your 5-minute rant in exactly everything that's wrong with outrage culture. Because there is no emotional intelligence in being outraged. Do you know what you just did in your 5-minute rant?
Honestly, no. Honestly, I just gave my opinion, right?
Which was outrageous.
Just like the whole thing about Dave Chappelle. I didn't have no problem with Dave Chappelle, but it's transgender women out there.
Different situation.
Hold on. Everybody have their right, and everybody have their right to their opinion. Everybody not going to agree.
Okay, but do you know what's wrong with your opinion, Wiley?
Is that the wrong with my opinion?
Oh, there is. There's a lot wrong with your opinion.
It's plenty people that agree that Alex.
Wait, I don't give a damn if 100,000 of them people agree.
That's it. Like, it was.
It's 100,000 people wrong as hell in their opinion.
If that was my wife or my husband lose their life,
you don't get to blame who you want to blame because they gone.
That did it. It's the person that pulled the trigger need to go down for it, and I stand on it. And I'm not going to move past it. If the person that pulled the trigger need to have some criminal charges, 100%, and it's my opinion, and I stand on it, and I'm not changing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like an officer. If you in something, just like that officer that say, "Well, it was a mistake. I didn't know."
That's why.
And be charged.
That's why your opinion is outrageous, Wiley.
That's what it is. Because somebody's life was lost.
Fine, we are very clear that somebody's life was lost here, but the problem, Wiley, is. But yeah, the problem, Wiley, is. You are bringing up examples. Can I finish? Goddamn! Can I finish?
Somebody's life was lost.
We've been holding on. The problem is, Wiley, you are using examples that are a false equivalency. A nurse is trained to do a job. There should be liability in that sense. An officer knows he's carrying a real life firearm. We're talking about an actor who is using a prop that has a department assigned to it. You cannot even run those two examples you use into this. They're out of context. And that's why I say there's something wrong with your opinion.
There's nothing wrong with my opinion.
Yes, it is. That's a false equivalency.
There's nothing wrong with my opinion because somebody's life was lost. You know, somebody's life is.
Somebody said that nobody agrees with Wiley, so good. We are clear.
No, it's the people that in there agree in the chat. Somebody have to bury their loved one tonight. Somebody have to do that.
And Dave Hall should be responsible. Dave Hall should be.
Everybody, that including Alex, she should not get a pass. Please go down as well.
Dave Hall should be.
Wiley, I really think if this man get the right lawyer, I think he'll be able to get off. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure because I've never been an actress, but I'm pretty sure when it comes to these movie sets and how the directors set things up, I'm pretty sure there's papers signed saying if anything happens to you, we will not be responsible.
Well, no. You the place somebody, but you can't. You don't have. It's no contract that you can sign that will hold you for not getting any criminal charges. You understand what I'm saying? You may sign something with the studio and say that we're not legally responsible, but that does not protect you or shield you from getting charges from the prosecutor, because that's dealing with the state. So let's just see whoever the prosecutor is. Let's just see how he's going to roll. Yeah. If you want to look at it, well, he was an actor. Let's just see whoever I don't know the prosecutor name. I guarantee you I'm going to research this story some more, because when I heard about it, it hurt my.
The research ain't helping you. Clearly, the research ain't helping you.
I want to see where is, because at the end of the day, it's up to the prosecutor to file charges, right? We're not a prosecutor. We're just regular people just doing commentary.
Yeah. I want to see. Just holding court on.
Ain't nothing regular about me, baby. Speak for your damn self. Ain't nothing regular about me, baby.
We're just doing commentary on it.
I'm a professional comment. I'm a professional opinionator. I'm a professional commentator, baby. You speak for for Wiley, baby.
Okay.
You don't speak for
But
CGC.
what I'm saying,
Ain't nothing regular over here.
okay,
This ain't even no regular green, baby. This emerald, boo. Get it together, honey.
but again, we're not prosecutors. So again, it's up to the prosecutor to decide whether it will be some charges being brought up against whomever. We definitely gonna keep you updated on there. Gail King said, "Oh, I feel so bad for Alex Baldwin." Not me. I don't feel bad for him at all. I feel like he needs to be locked up in some handcuffs and need to end up in somebody's jail cell. And then he thought he could go ahead and post some bail. It needs to be some type of justice. Okay. All right. This is another triggering subject. A 60-year-old man, I'm gonna say allegedly because we don't know his age because I didn't see his birth
He's
certificate.
55.
But they said 55-year-old man married his, they said, goddaughter. She was 18 years old. All over social media, they are dragging this all over social media. They went live and the wife, the 18-year-old woman, she said this is her husband. He was not grooming me. I'm his wife. I did not deal with him when I was underage, and she was just going on. So the mother, she went live and she said that the guy was pay her some money so they can screw. This is the mother speaking, and that he was out there saying, "Find my daughter, find his goddaughter," and all this. And so now y'all together. She said, "I didn't go to the wedding." She think it was a scam. The woman, she went on a 30-40 minute rant and just cussed the couple out. But to you, Katie, how does that make you feel? An 18-year-old marrying 55, 61-year-old, whatever the hell he is, man, how did that make you feel?
Okay, first of all, when I heard this story, it sounded so sad to me. And the first thing that I thought was, this little girl mother failed her. Her mother failed her. And for her to be in a position where she had to go and live with a woman that took in, troubled kids and stuff, she ended up, I think, leaving her mother's custody or whoever custody at the age of 16. And I guess that's when she got pregnant with the 2-year-old that she have. And I'm wondering, I don't know if that 2-year-old belongs.
No, that's not his. That's what she said. She said that's not his baby.
That's not his baby. That's not his baby.
That's what she said on her live. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just see what I seen was just a troubled girl. And now, like she said, she's right. She's 18, so she is grown now. But this is a girl who I wouldn't say the system failed her. I'm just gonna say her mother failed her. And for her mother to have the nerve to get on that live, just classless, trashy, ghetto, talking about how all the drugs that she used to do and the substance abuse, and it's almost like she was bragging about it, talking about the substance that she used to distribute, and she was just a hot mess. And then when she went on into the end of the live, when she started communicating with the audience on Facebook, she was like, "Yeah, shout out to y'all on Facebook. I know I probably..." Hold on. I thought I was hearing some feedback. She said, "I know I probably then took down about 50 of y'all out there on my friends list." I was like, ugh. And then she was talking about how her poom poom is better than her daughter's. And I was like, this lady sounds like she is jealous of her daughter. She has no class. And she said, "I've been clean since 2015. As she fires up the blunt and takes a drink of the drink.
No, you did okay. All right, conscious.
And people down in the comment section, Wiley was like, "Hey, she said she was clean. That is marijuana like not? Is that not a substance? I don't know. That's debatable. But her mother failed her."
Okay, go ahead, conscious. What do you think about this whole situation with the 61-year-old? Very 18.
Baby, this is some welfare drama. Okay. I ain't really got a lot to say now that she's a grown woman at this point. Whether people like the age gap, it's legal for her to be that young with a husband that season. For two, I don't always, and this is an unpopular opinion, so a trigger on top of a trigger. I don't always believe that when we see older people with 18, 19, 20-year-olds, that it's nefarious, because you got to remember that there are young people who are attracted to old people. You're talking about CTV. I lost my boy Gina at 17 to my 32-year-old boyfriend at the time. And I never dated niggas my age as a young dude. I was dating grown ass men because I found other young boys to be supernatural morons. And I was always considered an old soul. I always had other, more responsible priorities and points of attraction when I was younger. So I was attracted to people who could have a different conversation. I was attracted to people who were a bit more educated, people who could talk about more things than just clothes and the mall and all that dumb shit that most people my age were concerned about. So there is that. There are young people who are attracted to older people. Now, if she said that it wasn't no damn grooming, then it wasn't no damn grooming. I ain't about to project onto the situation. Okay, she said that this happened at a legal age. They married, and marriage is not a gun to her head. Any moment that this 18-year-old don't want to put up with 55-year-old bullshit, she gets to haul ass. She gets to hit the divorce paper. Young people get married all the damn time. Would people have a problem if she was an 18-year-old marrying another 18-year-old? If we're going to argue that she got her whole life ahead of her, young people get married. 19-year-olds get married, whether it's to people close in age or to older people. I mean, I don't know what to really say about the situation. And I agree with Katie Talk. The mama is a ghetto heathen ass mess. Clearly, a lot of things went wrong. I don't know how this particular 18-year-old was able to marry this man, because once I find out that a dick done been in my mama, baby, we done. That's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. I can't sexualize no piece of meat that done been up in my mama meat. That ain't going. I can't. That's gonna be where the hang up is for me. But then again, maybe this 18-year-old, because she had a heathen ass mammy, did not consider her mama no damn mama, but just another bitch on the strike. So maybe that relationship ain't even there for her to even have an issue with the fact that she now with a man who done been up in her mama guts. It seems like there's a lot of shit going on in this situation. God damn it. So Wiley, what you think?
I am with you.
I personally, I don't have a problem. She's 18 years old. That is the legal age to get married. Number two, the mother pretty much failed her. She had a broken home. People say, "Oh, Wally, but he's 60." But listen, she legally can do what she can do. She can get married to a man 78 years old if that's what she want to do. I don't have a problem and an issue. I would love to see them do a reality show together, and really show that. And she's not the first 18-year-old to marry somebody that age, and she will not be the last. Okay, my grandmother got pregnant at 13 years old. So I mean, hey, we can sit here and we can debate this. If you're 18, you're at a legal age to get married to something. Now, will I do it something like that or marry an 18-year-old? No. Okay, no. But I'm saying no now. You just never know. You might meet somebody y'all click. You just never know. Life. You just really, really never know. I don't see a problem with 18-year-old doing it because it's legal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, because Omarion. Wait a minute, not Omarion. Was it
Marcus Houston?
Marcus Houston. He married somebody. He married a 19-year-old.
And what about Tigger? He was messing with that Kardashian girl when she was like 15, 16.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at what's legal, not the illegal. He married somebody that was 19, but they didn't really drag it because the guy wasn't ugly. Because Marcus Houston ain't an ugly guy. This guy black, fat, got a grill in his mouth. So you easily get, but they didn't really drag Marcus Houston like that.
They did. He got dragged.
But it wasn't like on this level in this particular case where they're going to do an interview and they're going to respond to and stuff like that. They moved on. And to this couple, they're going to move on. Who gives a darn? You're 18 years old. Obviously, the mother, the way how she's talking, that's why an 18-year-old is marrying a 50-some or 60-some years old man. They probably compete. The mom probably had it, brought men up in there. and it's probably it's just so much with that family. It's a broken house, and the mother is still broken, and she's still lost because now you mad and pressed that your daughter got your ex, and he didn't marry you, he married your daughter. So obviously your poom poom ain't all that. Okay,
it must not be too tight.
it must
But
not
I
have
think
been too
this
tight.
though, Wiley, from the fact that he was sitting there holding this girl when she was a little baby, and
Now
now
was that her? That was her.
That was her. That was her as a child. So I'm thinking this. Do you really think the day that she turned 18, that's when the
Oh no. I think that they messed around before she was 18, maybe 16, 17, probably even earlier than that.
And I believe that's what people really have a problem with.
They have a problem with that, but it's a lot of stuff that we got to speak on. Even we can even talk about incest.
Can I speak on
some parts of the country? That's really prevalent of you dealing with your cousin, you're dealing with your brother. If you really research this stuff is not uncommon in some parts of this country. In some parts of this country, man, oh yeah. That ain't that really, it's up to us because we're in different parts, and it's in Florida. Florida is just a weird place to live at in the first place. It's in Florida. Are you shocked and surprised that an 18-year-old is smashing a 50-something-year-old man? No, I'm not surprised.
Can we just really get into it? Because once again, this is the problem with outrage culture, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the comment section here. First of all, 16 years of age, unfortunately, is the age of consent in this country, which means that technically, by law, she is able to make that decision in terms of who she gives her body to at the age of 16. Now, let's talk about people talking about her godfather. Okay, her godfather is not her biological father. Godfather, not related by blood or kinship, but by association. Okay. Now, thirdly, let's really talk about. It's funny to me that our community.
Wait a minute. In Florida, the age of consent is 18 years old. Sexual intercourse with someone who is under HE is considered statutory rape.
Okay, so she is claiming that her relationship did not happen when she was underage. Now, whether we believe that or not is another thing. But what's funny to me is that the reason why he probably married her is because this relationship probably started early on. And by him marrying her, she doesn't have to testify against him. This is why R. Kelly allegedly married Aaliyah when she allegedly got pregnant, because Aaliyah would not have to testify against R. Kelly if he became her husband, which the family can consent to their underage child getting married as long as the parents consent to them. So it's a lot of interesting laws that are actually on the books that allow for this type of shit to happen and to get around the system. But I just want to also talk about this one last part. It's funny to me when our community is outraged over this, because the Black community is so selective about when our children are children and when they grown. Most Black parents are ready to see their child out of the goddamn house soon as they hit graduation. Get a job, get the fuck on, go about your business. So it's so funny to me that the same community, we don't mind putting our 14, 15-year-olds to work, get a full-time job, help raise your brother and your sister, cook, clean, take on grown folk responsibility. And then on the other end, we want our babies to be babies. I'm trying to figure out which way are we really trying to have it. Are our children our children, or our children growing adults, young adults? Like, which one is it? Because we be playing too many fitter, fatter goddamn games.
That's true.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Because it's a selective outrage again. If you're at age where you can get married at 18, go ahead. You can do that legally. The question is, was they dealing with each other? We don't know. We can only assume. But now they married. And it's nothing wrong with that. Many people was coming at me. They was angry. They said, I'm unsubscribe. You got that type of behavior. I said, you can unsubscribe, but it's still legal. If I want to marry an 18-year-old woman, you can't stop me. Now, you may think that is strange or weird, something like that. It's my business. We legally can do it, right? And this ain't no R. Kelly. This is illegal. You can legally do that at the age of 18. And we're in America. Other countries are different. They get married. Their age of consent is way different than what we think of it in here.
Do you know that in
America?
I was at 16 years old here in Arkansas. So if people want to
16
speak
here.
on stuff that's legal, I think morally it's not right, because even though it's 16 years old here, I mean, in a person that's probably got a kind of different mind, they would probably want to run and move to a place where the consent is 15, 16, because they like younger girls. But just because the law say it's right and you can do it, you still have to have some type of morals about yourself. But it's not going to make these people get divorced just because we don't like it. But I think at the same time, I think it's kind of about the morals. The fact that you were in this girl's life since she was a little baby. As soon as she turned 18, you marry her. I mean, I think that's where everyone has a problem with. It's about the moral aspect.
And people that's having a problem with, some of them probably have been dealing with somebody older when they were 16, 17 years old. But they won't say that. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
They won't bring that up. Because my sister, I think she was 18 or 19, and she dealt with somebody 60-something years old. He was he was in his 60s. So
he
again,
was just a sugar daddy.
Yeah, right. And she was giving him that punani. He was paying her bills and everything. We even asked the man for some money. He would give me some money to pay my stuff. So again,
your sugar daddy.
Hey, come over here. I don't listen because I said it's my. I didn't want my sister to do it because at the end of the day, she was at an age where I can't tell her what to do when you are at 18, 19 years old. Right? It may not look right. You coming up there and you marrying somebody 60 something, but they used to do this stuff back in the day. This ain't nothing new. We just look at it weird, but this been going on for a while.
I just want to but what's the logic? People saying that she's 18, so she's grown, but she's not mentally grown. But I'm trying to say, wouldn't you be saying the same thing if she got married to another 18-year-old at 18? Like she ain't any more grown in that situation than she would be in this situation. She wouldn't be any more mature with the 18-year-old than she it's like the arguments are not even really sensible. People are pressed because now this 18-year-old, because she's married to a 67-year-old, is a child. But if she was married to a 25-year-old, she would be a grown woman. If she was married to a 20-year-old, she would be a grown woman. So it seems like there's an ageism issue too, that we demonize older people for being attracted to younger people. And I'm not talking about prepubescent children when I say younger people. I'm not talking about pedophilia when I say younger people. I'm talking about literally of this age, 18, 17, age of consent. Okay. If they were with their peers, it would be they're grown, they're fine. But because it's an older person, for some reason, this is a case straight out of hell.
In the chat, they're saying, "Oh, he's missing a point. But again, like I said, I said this in the previous conversation. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. This is America.
You know, we're in a society where they're slowly taking our opinions away.
Of course, this is why you have to have freedom to build your own entities outside of work with other corporations, because it's all about that censorship. Oh, you can't say this. You can't say, look at what they should pay. You can't do this. You can't. But again, you should have, in this country, you still have freedom of speech. And okay, we're gonna move on to our last topic. Woo, Lord.
We got to do a whole other show on the part 2 on this.
Absolutely. Because Flame Monroe and Armon Wiggins. Flame Monroe. First of all, let me give you all the little backstory so y'all know why they were in the title and the thumbnail. Armon Wiggins did a live and he did a reaction video to Flame. Flame did this comedy show and they was roasting, like the comedians were roasting. And so Flame was on this show many years ago, maybe almost 20 years ago. It's been a while. This is when she was younger. And he did a reaction video. Fast forward, Flame saw the reaction video and she went live on her YouTube channel to respond to the reaction video. She said, "You are not going to be bigger than what you is because you're limiting yourself by calling yourself an LGBT blogger," because she posted receipts of Armand reaching out to her for an interview. And so they had all of that. They were talking. And so Armand went live on stage here and he called her a stud. He called her a homophobic person. I'm gonna say that he called us he calls it the B word, and he said, and I posted on my for my members and for my Patreon that actually Flame reached out to Armand back in 2016, and she said to Armand, give me a second, I want to read this to you all. Or what she said. That this is back in 2016. Hold on one second. Where is that? She said this: Armand's shortest video is by far my favorite. She reached out to Armand back in July 15, 2016. Armand responded, thanks, love. She responded, Flame responded back, hilarious, babes. You are a riot. And I want to say this in the video. Armand said in that reaction video, you are not, Flame is not funny. And I heard that, and they did the video. They sent me the clips of that. So I want to go to you first, Katie. What do you think about this?
I think when it comes to some people, if you're going to be out here making commentary about people, you most definitely have to be prepared for the backlash. Because when you're giving your opinion about something, and that's what we do because we're commentators on here. So we all see these stories and we give our opinion about the stories and about the people. But most definitely, other people have a voice, and other people are going to respond to what you say, and you may not like it. You just have to be prepared for that type of stuff to come. But you should take it every which way but personal. You shouldn't ever take personal, especially if you're the first person who put out stuff saying something about someone, and then they say something, and then you just get your underwear all up in a bunch. So I mean, if you're gonna do commentary on this person, you're gonna have to face it. And then, they have these other outlets where the stuff happens over here on YouTube, but we can go to Station Head, or we can jump to Twitch and get extra messy. So we're going to these other avenues, and we're talking about what went on with YouTube, and it's just like a whole back and forth kind of thing. If you're not prepared for people to respond to what you said, don't say anything about people.
All right, go ahead. What do you have to say about it, Conscious TV?
What are we talking about again?
We're talking about Flame Monroe
and Flame Monroe.
Yeah, because
and what about them?
Did you see the live? Because Flame responded to Armand and stuff like that. But let me say this: whether you got your thoughts, Conscious. Personally, I watched the live in the roasting session. I didn't think Flame was funny, nor was the other comedian that was roasting. Because I'm not a fan of like roasting stuff like that. I just didn't feel it. Maybe it was outdated for me because I heard those jokes before, all this, and I'm like, it didn't really hit for me. Now I am a fan of Flame stand up. I watched her stay up special that Tiffany Haddish had. She Ready. It was so funny, right? It was different things that I want to say about this. That, and this is towards Flame. This is towards anybody. When you are a public figure, you have to be able to take it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to take whatever a person say about you. I didn't agree with when Flame said he would never be that level because you already limiting yourself by calling yourself an LGBT blogger. No, you never know where he's going to go, right? And then also you have to look at that she reached out to her mom back in 2016 and she was a fan of him. I just think that the reason why Flame went live in that morning with drinking her coffee is because he said these words: Flame Monroe is not funny. She's not funny. So I think that triggered her, Flame, to do a response video. Now, Flame is very controversial because she defended Boosie, right? And she also defended Dave Chappelle. So it's a lot of people in the trans community do not see her as an ally. But I tell them, Flame is a father. People forget about this stuff. Flame have children. Flame said, I take off my wig. I take off my makeup. When she responded to Armon Wiggins, she didn't have on her makeup. She didn't have on her wig. She only put on that attire to do her stand-up comedy. And she have children. They're not adopted. These children that she went in some punani and planted her seed. So her experience as a trans woman is different from a lot of trans women. I remember when she did a video with T.S. Madison And T.S. Madison said, "Do not call me a man." Flame said, "I don't care if you call me a man. I'm not, or I don't, I'm not concerned about labels. You know what I'm saying? You could call me a man, he, she, we, so." And T.S. Madison was like, "No, I won't want that. You call it, you know." It was like a little friction. They disagreed. But Flame come from a totally different generation than Armand. Flame is old enough to be his father, and she old enough to be my father. You know what I'm saying? So I hope she is. I'm just saying I could be wrong. Okay, but don't get him if you ain't that old. But again, Armand just gave his opinion about it. Just gave his opinion. But what do you think about it, Cons? You have a statement that you want to say about it? Did you want to say something about it?
I'm still trying to figure out what we're talking about, but
Okay,
I'm gonna try to.
But
so what's the problem? Like, what's the problem?
Well, the issue is, for people that didn't know, Flame and Armand went at it. They responded to each other. That's why I sent you the video of Flame Monroe doing coffee time. And that was the issue. Do you think she was wrong to respond to Armand? Do you think Armand was wrong to say she wasn't funny? Do you have anything about that?
I don't have an issue with either one of them dragging the fuck out of each other because they're both public figures, so they're both on the docket.
Okay,
it's fair game. However, I guess the issue would be is Armand clocked the fuck out of Flame, who went out of her way to act like, once again, she don't know who any of us girls actually are, when we know that she's completely pressed, she's frizzy-headed, and she's completely hell-bent on wanting to know what the fuck her peers actually think about her. What I don't know is why the bitch just can't keep it 100 and act like you give a fuck, because we clearly see that you give a fuck. For example, on another panel that I was on, her Breakfast Club interview came up. Miss, I don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks. Who are these girls? I cash heterosexual checks. Was once again parading her pseudo non-existent confidence around. But the little old panel that I'm on, that only got about 300 views on that episode, Flame was right there in the comment section cussing us all out for the opinion that we shared, while acting like she don't know who the fuck the girls really are. So I'm really happy that Armon Wiggins clocked the fuck out of her, because she read a 2017 receipt that he sent to her, but he pulled the reverse Uno card and pulled a 2016 motherfucking DM that he, she, we sent to him. Case closed.
Yeah. But how I look at it is, you know, that, okay, Flame said something. This is coming to me as I watch the video. I just hear it in my head. Armand said, well, this is, he sent a message, said, it's just comedy. Oh, no, this ain't comedy. It may be comedic, but it's not comedy. I just think that, and if I were a bad man, she was upset when Armand said, hey, you're not funny. But we have to keep in mind, like, people gonna talk about you. Flame had came into our chats, and Flame have done, you know, came into our chat last time we had a 2-man and a lady. But this is why I know for a fact that she watches YouTube. She Googles her name, just like many other celebrities, including myself, that Google my name to see who's talking about me so I can respond. Everybody does that. So not upset about it. I think that one of the criticism, people get mad at her when she say, I don't have a problem with Boosie, I don't have a problem with Dave Chappelle. They feel like, oh, you're not really a trans woman because you defending the straight folks. You should be on our side. You need to pick a side, as they say. But me in person, like, everybody have a right to their opinion. I am a fan of her stand-up special that she did. He, she, we, she ready. I want to see her in stand-up and comedy in the comedy club, because again, it's a difference when you're roasting, because that's not, you ain't making preparations really for that. And then she was nervous because she said in the live. I want to see her do stand-up comedy and really do an amazing job. Just like somebody told me that Monique not funny, and I'm like, no, you must not see her doing stand-up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really, really get into people doing stand-up comedy and stuff like that. And I understand the LGBT community may not want to deal with Flame, but you got to understand, ain't no LGBT promoters booking Flame. So you're not going to bite the hand that feeds you, that hand that's creating opportunity to you. So it's good for her not to offend people that's putting money in her pocket? How many gay comedy club promoters that's openly and got it, that's actually giving gay comedians a chance? The comedy scene is mostly predominantly straight promoters. Now, we already know some that's on the DL. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the industry. It's mostly designed for straight people. So that's why I don't
I think the
that's
problem that the LGBT community has is that we don't give a fuck about who's cashing heterosexual checks. I think the problem is some people feel like Flame panders to cisgendered heterosexual people and doesn't really give a fuck if we got to sell her androgynous soul while throwing the community under the damn bus. Now, me and her, we have had our tiffs in the past.
Mm-hmm.
When the Breakfast Club interview happened.
Oh yeah,
I actually chose to listen, and on that same panel I was on, I gave her some grace because I can understand Flame's individualism because I'm an unapologetically emerald-haired, openly queer male who doesn't really give a fuck, just like Flame doesn't. However, I'm also educated enough to know that while I may be free in all the ways that I'm free, that does not make systemic oppression of Black queer trans women and systemic oppression of Black queer people non-existent just because I choose to bulldoze through the world and all of my self-confidence glory. Queer people are still discriminated against when it comes to housing, when it comes to adoption, when it comes to blood donation, when it comes to even just showing up in their actual identity. Black trans women are being murdered. Like, Black queer men are being harassed and bullied and killed. Look at the statistics and the actual all of the instances in which queer people are literally being hunted and murdered for simply being lesbian or simply being queer. So I get both sides of the argument, but I think the problem is Flame doesn't make enough space to acknowledge the abuse and the segregation and the open, explicit discrimination that exists against Black queer people. And you can have both. You can be a proud, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to make the best of the bullshit. Am I frozen?
No, you good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, my stream was frozen. I'm gonna make the best of the bullshit while also being able to be honest about the bullshit. I think her community just wants her to acknowledge the bullshit. Be free, don't care, and acknowledge the bullshit too. You can do both of those things. They're not separate.
I want to read this comment. Somebody said, I don't think she's selling her soul. I just think that she's old school. Back in the day, the LGBT community went through it even harder. She's just tough that ish out. So I just think it's a generational gap, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And her upbringing is different than our upbringing, right? So I hope, people got to understand, people going to talk about you. The more you grow in this business, they are going to say something about you. Everybody ain't going to think that you're funny. Just like we just did a topic and people was like, hey, it was upset with me. That's just the reality of it, right? So we're going to go to our close. We're going to add, I put Jesse Smollett in here, but just to give y'all a little quick update, he's going to trial. The judge said, no, you got to go to trial. We're not throwing this case out. And so it's a possibility. And I heard through the grapevine that he will be serving some time. All right. I heard through the grapevine.
He should.
I just heard through the Chicago. I just heard through the one of my activists buddies said he may serve some time while they ain't playing because he embarrassed Chicago. All right, let's go to the end. Go ahead, Katie. Talk one-on-one.
Oh yeah. So you guys make sure you are we closing out?
Yeah, we closing out.
So you guys make sure you go over there and subscribe to me if you have not, and make sure you look out for the video I got coming up next Saturday.
Yes.
It's like a spooky story. It's like a Halloween edition. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you go over there and check out my latest story. I'm talking about a TikToker that goes by the name of Angela the Goddess.
Yes.
She has a BBW cult going on.
Okay.
I heard about that.
Yeah, some self-harming and She got people tattooing her name on them
Ooh.
and giving her all a paycheck. So y'all go over there and check it out. I dropped about 3 stories today and I've been on it. So check
There
it
you
out
go.
for the latest commentary.
Yes. Conscious.
Shy, y'all heard what Katie just said. Please hug y'all children, honey. They out here joining BBW Cokes and shit. Soon as they turn 16, honey, they marrying their goddaddies and shit. Child, please hug your babies, baby. Get them teddy bears. You know, have nice birthday parties for them and everything. Treat them right, child, because something is going on in the world. I ain't got shit going on, but just being a badass commentator. So just come on over and check a bitch out over on Conscious TV. Follow me on Instagram. This was a very riveting late night show. I'm expecting Wiley to pay me for this show because I had to get pretty at 12 midnight. I had to get beautified this time of night to get on this man's show. So we either talking Cash App or dick. You make your choice, Wiley.
Okay. I want to say thank you to people that tuned in to the show. We will continue it. It was a powerful show. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Make sure y'all share. Send this to Flame. Send this to Armand. Send this to Jesse Smollett.
Shout out to Armand.
Send this to the couple that, and oh yeah, shout out to Armand for sending me those receipts. If you want to see those receipts in its entirety, go to Patreon. Go to the members only. I posted it over there. But thank you all so very much. This was a good show. So leave us a comment in the once the live is over. Keep the conversation going. And I would love to see your comments. Now, the next time we do a show, we're going to open up the StreamYard or the phone line. We'll open up the phone lines because I think y'all like to prefer to call in. And y'all can call in and give y'all comments about the topics. So we'll do that for the next show.
Can I just say this about the call-in line? I really don't want these people to believe that because they are subscribed that they won't get dragged, baby. Because when y'all get to calling in and y'all with it, baby, and y'all going to let the devil use y'all, I'm going to let the devil use me a little bit more. Just keep that in mind, baby. That's all I want to do.
You say when they go low, you go lower. You go to the devil.
Y'all go low, I'm going to go straight to hell with it.
OMG. Thank y'all so very much, man. Oh,
Thank you.
Man. Thank y'all. All right, peace. Oh man. Ooh, Flame. I see this video. He might go off. Oh man. Okay.
All right, Wiley. Good show.
All right. Good show. Bye-bye.